Hulk can heal from anything: broken bones, burned skin, even death itself. If you shoot him, stab him, or drop a mountain on him, he'll be back up in minutes. But there was one wound. One relentless, agonizing pain that even the Incredible Hulk couldn't fix: the pain in his head. It was a constant, debilitating headache, not from physical trauma, but from the constant internal war raging inside his mind. Every moment of his existence was an unending scream. A conflict between dozens of competing voices and personalities clawing for control. This wasn't just a mental strain, it was the core operating system failing. And no matter how many times the Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., or the smartest minds on Earth tried to fix him, the pain never stopped. Why? Because the problem wasn't the monster. The problem was the mind. Bruce Banner finally understood the terrible truth. The enemy wasn't body, which was invincible. It was the mind, which was shattered. And he knew that no one on Earth, no scientist, no surgeon, no mystical sorcerer could operate on the Hulk's brain, not safely anyway. The sheer physical and psychic trauma would destroy them instantly. There was only one entity that possessed the strength, the resilience, and the sheer audacity to attempt this impossible procedure: Hulk himself. This was the ultimate gamble. One tiny slip, one microsecond of misplaced strength, and Hulk disappears forever, wiped from existence by his own hand. One wrong move, and Banner dies with him, leaving nothing but a lifeless green shell. But living like this, constantly tormented, constantly on the brink of catastrophic self-destructs, was worse than death. It was an existence defined by pure, unrelenting suffering. The decision was made. The internal war had to end, even if it meant extinguishing the fire entirely. Hulk doesn't trust humans. He certainly doesn't trust doctors, but Hulk trusts one thing implicitly. Without reservation, Hulk's hands. He gathered tools designed for giants, massive, reinforced instruments of precision built for industrial work, adapted for neurosurgery. He set up an improvised operating theater deep underground where no one could interfere. The task required a steadiness that seemed impossible for a creature of pure rage. But this was different. This wasn't a fight against an external enemy. This was the fight for self-preservation. Hulk was calm, focused, and utterly determined. As the operation begins, as those colossal hands delicately breach the impenetrable skull, the world fades. The physical agony is instantly overwhelmed by a terrifying psychic plunge, and Hulk falls inward, down the infinite abyss of his own mind, dropping into the fractured, chaotic landscape of his own consciousness. This isn't just a brain, it's a universe of trauma. He lands hard in a surreal, mental arena, and looks up. Waiting for him are the residents of his own head: Savage Hulk, the primal brute who just wants to smash; Devil Hulk, the manipulative, dark entity fueled by cosmic resentment; Child Hulk, the terrified, abandoned echo of little Bruce. They are all here, every single personality, staring back at the dominant persona, and they are all screaming, not for destruction, but to survive. They are the fragmented survival mechanisms of a traumatized boy. Hulk confronts them. He forces himself to look past the rage and the smashing. And in that deep, quiet place of his mind, he finally grasps the ultimate truth that had eluded Banner for decades. Hulk wasn't born from rage. Rage was merely the symptom. Rage was born from fear, from pain, from a lifetime of brutalizing abuse. Hulk was the defender, the force conjured by a child who was never safe, who needed protection against a monster far worse than anything the Avengers ever faced. The surgery could do one of two things. It could silence the anger forever, destroy the defense mechanisms, and essentially kill the Hulk, leaving Banner vulnerable, maybe catatonic. Or the surgery could become a catalyst, a moment of profound acceptance that would force all the broken pieces to unite. Hulk raises his massive hand toward the glowing core of his essence. This is the moment of choice. He doesn't destroy the rage. He doesn't try to eliminate the anger or suppress the pain. Instead, he understands it. He accepts it. and he gives it the validation it has been denied since childhood. He integrates the personalities, bringing the immense power of the monster under the guidance of the survivor. And for the first time in his turbulent life, Hulk thinks clearly, his mind a quiet, unified whole. The external operation ends. The body, being the Hulk's body, heals instantly, sealing the breach perfectly. But something essential has changed. Hulk is still strong. He is still the Green Goliath. But the internal scream is gone. He is no longer lost. He opens his eyes in the dark laboratory, no longer the tormented victim of his own mind, but the master of it. Hulk was never the problem. Hulk was the solution. He was the protector who appeared when a shattered mind needed a way to survive. Thanks for watching. Follow for more deep dives into comic book lore.